Hi guys, it's Ona. Today is Saturday the 24th of October. I'm sitting here with Giblets because we got a little story to tell. If you're new, welcome. This might be something you've never seen before, a little Ovomancy reading I did on Joe Biden plus some other things. And I'll tell you a little story first. My last video, I mentioned I smelled Capt'n Crunch cereal. While I was reading the cards, it wafted in. If you're new, I have synesthesia, so these like weird little episodes happen. And I mentioned the video, and I'm poring over why I'm smelling breakfast cereal. I Googled it. And what does Don eat for breakfast? I was like, whatever. I sometimes you misfire, and that was a misfire. Well, yesterday, my daughter had been at her dad's because her birthday was yesterday. Yaya turned 16. Did you remember Yaya's birthday? Do you remember any of it? Do you remember any of Yaya's birthday? So she had unpacked her backpack and left the zipper open. And in the morning of her birthday, when she was in the bathroom, I was ready to sing happy birthday. I noticed Giblets eating something. So I grabbed it and pulled it out of his mouth and threw it downstairs on the counter and then got the birthday girl going, right? Later on in the day, when she came downstairs for lunch or her break, whatever, I said, Giblets was eating this morning. So, I don't know if you had made these fun cereal treats with your dad for your birthday or what's going on, but, you no longer have one. I just want to let you know. She said, that's a Capt'n Crunch infused cereal bar. So, needless to say, our little buddy here was stoned all day long. Okay? The other issues we're going to take care of. He's fine. I just needed to share this with you guys because the Capt'n Crunch smell had nothing to do with that reading. It had to do with a personal issue for which people are going to get in trouble for. Yep, I smelled it about 3 days ahead of time, and she wasn't even home at the time. So, needless to say, I had a very quiet birthday because our buddy here slept the whole day. And he was fine. Remember last time he had a candle? Okay. You can go to sleep now. I live in a freak show. All right. I'm going to attach the video I did of Joe Biden's egg to the end of this video. I'm actually uploading it from my phone. So this is the Ovomancy on Joe. And what I saw was when the video, I just cracked it maybe about 5 or 6 minutes into it. I sort of let it settle. And then I did the video. And what I saw in one section of it, which would have been like sort of the left side there, was sort of like an angiogram. Okay, like a picture of a vascular structure that was sort of pulling out that way. And then in the video, you see when I moved down the camera, you could see an actual face in there, and this was attached to it. So that was interesting. And then later on, I start to like try and look for stuff and looking at everything. I have to walk away for a couple minutes and just forget about it and see what's going on. I come back and that structure morphed into a heart Okay, and you'll see it on the thumbnail. I'm going to use that as the thumbnail for the video. So interesting. He has this really interesting, you can see it, long figure here. See it sort of floating up and down? This is a protection. This is on that side of the yoke. It was all looked like faces, or, you know, he's had 2 kids that died. So I'm thinking very strongly that this is their guidance, and literally lifting him up and holding this veil around him. My concern is the cardiac thing, because on that heart, you know, I don't, the thumbnail might be too small to point it out. There are actually 3 little tiny bubbles on it. So I think 3, maybe 3 arteries that have an issue right now, because what looked like was pulling out of his head was coming out of his heart. It's a heart and head thing. So weird, so interesting. Come here, buddy, you want to sit with me? Come on. He cries like a baby. Come on, come on. Come on. Come on, bud. You know what? Oh, God. All right. So, that's Joe's egg. That's Joe's egg. The other things I wanted to cover were, I was going to do 2 videos, like Joe's egg and then the debate, but I was going to make them all into one thing. So on Joe, at the debate, I only watched a few minutes of it because that was the night my daughter got home. So I just was sort of scribbling, and then she walked in. I didn't watch too much. Oddly enough, I didn't watch much of it because Don was very controlled. So it's like I want to see him get mad. I want to see him lose control. And he didn't until he said immigrants are brought in by coyotes. And thank God my daughter was here to confirm that I heard that. Okay. Those were the kinds of things I was looking for. And when I didn't see enough, I wasn't interested anymore. So that tells you a little something about, you know, my motivation for doing that. I'm like, well, you know what? Maybe we should just leave this alone. Anyway, the things that I saw were on Joe. I wanted to show this specifically. Now it kind of makes sense with the egg. Totally makes sense. What I saw on Joe, and this isn't going to be, you won't be able to really see it on this picture on here. He's got like white strikes sort of going through this area here. And I pulled a card from my stretch tarot so you can see what it kind of looks like, because there weren't, you see how this is the Hermit card in the stretch tarot, but it kind of looked like that. It was like, it was actually like pain. It reminded me of when I saw pain, and it was sort of like a lightning kind of coming at you. So I thought, you know, maybe rib pain or hip pain. The white of it made me think of bone, so I was thinking maybe bone pain. But now with the egg and the heart, could be something else. I don't know. And green clouds when he was, and I've been seeing that in a lot in people lately that are trying. They're trying so hard to deliver something that is not horrible news. I see green healing clouds coming out of him. And I saw this in Joe, like he is trying to keep it together. He's trying to. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, I didn't really watch a whole lot of it. And I'll tell you what I saw in Don, because that was interesting. Don, who was freshly painted, did you see every once in a while you could see the line between his shirt collar and his skin were so clearly different in color. I mean, he was freshly painted. It's distracting, and that is actually part of what I saw in the aura thing when I stopped the video and I stare at it and I start to write it, was a veneer. It was like hard candy. Like it's like hard candy that has like little bubbles in it, that you could crack like glass. It looks like you can break it like glass. It's like this veneer of yellow around him. Um, I also saw something really strange. Well, maybe not so strange. I mean, look at what I'm doing here. But on this chest wall, I saw an inverted triangle, black, pointing down. And it was hollow like a vortex, like you can just go right through it. Just probably not, I guess it's not too weird that I would see something like that, or that he actually manifests that so vividly. And the other thing I saw that was interesting is and I see this on people, and I have not been able to categorize what medications, but there's a category of medications that people take. When they take them, their auras actually have this definition and then the next layer. It's almost like you have to read in between the definition because for some reason the medication alters the aura. I noticed that when in Reiki and T-Touch too, there's like a little barrier. When people are on certain medications, it could be antidepressants or antipsychotics, it could be if it was something simple like blood pressure medication, I'd see it on a lot more people. But there is a category of medication. So I saw that. I saw that there's like a black line in between the layers on him. And what was yellow, there's a dark layer, there's like fuzzy in between, and then the next thing. And I honestly didn't even see like a portal where he's sort of channeling from somewhere else. It was just clogged, and then the veneer. But I think the veneer might have just been the spray paint on his face there. The last thing we're going to talk about, if I could put this dog down and pull some cards, is, what do you think, buddy? Are you even not going to cry? Give you a big old kiss? Okay, come on. There you go. A lot of people asked about Mitch McConnell's hands. I didn't even know about it. I looked it up, and he just looks like old man hands. Honestly, it wasn't anything. He fell. It looks like he fell. And what happens is if people are on blood thinners, they bruise very, very, very easily. If people take steroids for anything to calm, now he had polio, so we know he falls all the time, to calm an inflammatory reaction, their skin gets very, very thin. I had, oh my gosh, so many patients that if they had adhesive on their skin, you could rip the skin right off. The skin is so thin and just fills with blood. So blood thinner and the thinned out skin, and the way that it presents itself on his hand, the way it's got a clear demarcation, you know what I mean by that? You won't, if you don't, you will now. A clear demarcation where it's actually all this, everything, there's a line here, and then all this is black and blue, black and blue. that was like struck, okay? It wasn't a repeated action, it was one strike, or you'd see multiple bruises and you'd see it traveling in different directions. You'd see more torn up skin. It was like he smacked something and fell. I'm not going to deal with this dog very well. Also on the lip. So he's falling more. And I'm going to do cards. This is my intuitive impression, but I'll do cards and show you. I don't think it's more than that. I saw something, or somebody said something about he's diabetic. It's diabetic and it's a diabetic wound. It's not a diabetic wound. It is not gas gangrene. It is not dry gangrene. It is a bruise. No. Okay. And he's not going to rot from the outside in. He's going to rot from the inside out. And gangrene usually starts at the distal, so you'd see it at the edges, usually the toes. I've seen it. I've smelled it. Okay. Giblets is looking at me like he didn't eat dinner 20 minutes ago. All right, so this is just going to be what happened to Mitch. What happened to Mitch? Okay? What happened to Mitch? Of course he doesn't want to say anything. Of course he doesn't want to say, I keep falling down. I keep tripping over myself. Because it shows that he's weak. So he's just going to say, oh, it's nothing. Getting ready for Halloween. Right? No. No, he fell. He fell. And that shows that he's weak. All right. Hold on there, buddy. We're going to do a chakra one on Mitch and see what's going on. Okay? So root chakra, something new, maybe starting a new medication to keep him steady. This is what I usually, pentacles are medications for me. So there might be something that he's taking to keep him steady, because that's the root chakra and that's the Ace of Pentacles. So something new down there, okay? Sacral, everything's good. He's happy. I don't know if he's had a nice dinner today, but looks like he's going to. Okay, this is just about health. Okay, there we go. So this is the solar plexus chakra, and it's located like under the heart, between the heart and the belly button. Okay, right in there. And that would be, I do like the front and the back, okay, or ego and will. But this would be what's coming from the back, and that's Ten of Swords. So this is excruciating back pain in that area in the mid-back, okay? And we've got Queen of Wands, so he's manifesting it as it's nothing, it's nothing. But honestly, Queen of Wands is probably telling him to go ahead and use an assistive device, like a cane or a walker or something. I think, honestly, I'm seeing him use that in the near future. Cardiac issues, so he probably is on a blood thinner, okay? This is the cardiac area, okay? He's got some circulation issues. He's got cold heart too, okay? Back of the throat, he's got some drinking a lot of fluids. He might be drinking a little too much. And throat chakra here, he doesn't want to say anything. There's something happening. There's something coming, okay? Left brain, justice, balance, and the right brain, Ace of Cups, fulfillment. You know what? He thinks everything is fine. Everything's fine. He just fell down. Let me pull one card from another deck just to make sure. He fell. I mean, that doesn't really show that he fell. It just shows that he's happy with the results of whatever it was. So he's stabilized, okay? And his back is freaking killing him right now. And his heart is cold. Do we not know that? We knew that. Hi, Yaya. Welcome back. Okay, so does Mitch. Yep. Page of Cups. This is the after tarot, so you let it spill. Let it pop out. And that is going to be it for today. I will be back in the middle of the week for a pre-full moon thing, maybe, you know, energy read or whatever, and then ask for names for our full moon candle, which is going to be next Saturday on Halloween. Oh, we got to do a Halloween thing. Ooh, we could do like a seance or something. I don't know. Drop some suggestions and see what you guys want to do. That'll be interesting. Thank you so much. That's the Ovo on Joe, the reading on everybody else. Thank you for your comments, suggestions. Thank you for your donations. It's very, very well appreciated. And we'll see you soon. Take care. Wear a mask.